We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Gets past one man. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Throwing is Ward. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting and preparation and understanding what their team was capable of.
11 more on that one and another first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense. It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Ward again. Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Denver's offense now set to go. Looking to put a drive together. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They go play action with Ward. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off play action, Ward. Swinging this out for Pollard. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Ward from the gun on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On 4th down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hecker on to punt for Tennessee. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Nix. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Nix. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy? Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Ward now working out of the gun. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. To throw is Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Throwing Nix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nix from the shotgun. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Denver. 48 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football right on the money.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Okay, so they'll march backwards on the penalty there.
I don't know about you, partner. I thought that was maybe a little bit of a ticky-tack type of a call. Was that a clear block in the back when he got his man off balance? I thought that was a tough one.
Nix to throw again. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They work now on 2nd and 9. Our first carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. Oh, nice move. And the Broncos are going to be set up at a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Harvey. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Ward. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
In motion comes the tight end left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Ward has taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, Ward. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Ward. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Van Jefferson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Titans have taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Denver getting set to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Third down and 6. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Titans getting set to go. Looking to put a drive together. And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Ward. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Calling a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing now, Ward. This one brought in by Jefferson. They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ward. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. pressure the quarterback, and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
It's now third down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be third and a mile. Back to throw. Nix.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
That is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake. Nix.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball, and if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Adam Troutman, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
What's good on the extra point? And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Ward. Middle of the field to Jefferson. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
39-yard line.
Second down and a yard. To throw, here's Ward. Wide open receiver, complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First down, Titans.
Throwing is Ward. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Ward. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll go play action with Nix. Quick throw there is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Harris now to return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Ward. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Ward. Looking downfield for Pollard. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is taken at the 15. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Looking to put a drive together.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
Out to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
28-yard line.
The give is to McLaughlin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now it's Nix. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
That's good.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Next to the air. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
McLaughlin will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Titans now just about ready to take over. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
They go play action with Ward. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. Oh, this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. But Nick Bonito not letting him escape there. He was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down.
To throw is Ward.
And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Denver's offense now set to go.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting into shreds.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Nix from the shotgun.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They go back to Pollard on second down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Ward.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. So the Broncos coming out now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
On the ground, here's McLaughlin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 19. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's McLaughlin.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
On play action, here's Nix.
And that's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
The Broncos on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9.
To throw, here's Nix.
Got a man open, it's Sutton.
And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer.
Nix looking to throw again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
For the Broncos.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Throwing now, Ward.
And it's going to be incomplete.
They've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Ward.
Being chased out left. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Well, that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Carry from McLaughlin.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Ward.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Moore.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 49 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Off play action, Ward.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the 2 of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, distance was never the question there, but he gets a friendly bounce to carom that thing through the uprights.
Yeah, and when you're trying to hit from 50-plus, you got to expect the ball's going to slide one way or the other. So he's pretty fortunate there that he's able to bank this one in.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
A little juke.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Throwing Nix.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 14.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun is Nix.
Flush to his right. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Cortland Sutton. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They toss it down to Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ward now working out of the gun. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Ward.
And that will be incomplete as well.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Harvey now on 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Once more with Harvey.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And he's going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping them just a field goal? That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.